Hi everyone, thanks for joining in this second video. So if you haven't watched yet the video on location, I suggest that you do that first. If you want to see the introductory video, I'll put a link up here as well. But this one will be all about quality. So we have determined what the most important location is that we think we should purchase or in the future sell a property for a good price for. Now we will look at the quality of the product. So let's get right into it. Is it good quality? If I give you, for instance, a Gucci bag, the verdict is not out whether or not the quality of that bag is superior to all other bags, probably not, or whether the price justifies the quality. It becomes difficult, right? And the same goes for real estate. Now, unless you're just buying a plot of land, you are just looking at soil. When you look at the soil, what quality are we talking about? Is it swampy? Is it mountainous? Is it terraced? Does it need to be terraced? What is the quality of the soil of the plot of land? That is number one. And here it already becomes difficult for buyers to determine whether or not they are buying a product, so the house or apartment, on a qualitatively good plot of land. Going deeper into the quality of the soil is not really the purpose of this video. You will not be a developer who has to make examinations of the soil before he can build a foundation on top of that soil or drill into that soil. Hey, quick break here to remind you that if you find this video valuable, then please leave a thumbs up. Now I will also go deeper into this subject, so location, condition and quality, and I will put it in a playlist, which I will link somewhere up here, wherever it will be. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. Let's continue. So unless you're buying something new, we are looking at a product which is already in existence and you are probably the second or 50th buyer of that product. The older the house is, the more obvious the quality of the product. Let's say you buy a house which is 100 years old. That house has been around for 100 years. If you do not see any major cracks in the structure, that house is solid. I think we can agree on that. Not talking about condition yet, just the quality of the build. Furthermore, the more we go up in time towards recent past, the thinner the walls get, right? So if you look at a castle, been around for 100 years, over 100 years, hundreds of years, the walls are extremely thick. That's how they had to build. But as technology advanced in construction, the walls started to shrink and shrink and shrink even more, as to where now they are at a very slim size, and then they add insulation, isolation on top. That means that the wall's thickness basically determines also the age of the product. Furthermore, on quality. Quality can be found in any product that you use to build a house or an apartment complex. Whenever you use a product, there is quality associated to it. And the problem is that most of us will never know exactly the quality of a product. Even someone working in construction and that has been doing so for the last 50 years does not know whether or not a new product that comes on the market does have a good quality associated to it. For instance, tile. Tile have been around for centuries. But tile comes in various thicknesses and they used to be much thicker than they are today. But does that make them qualitatively poorer or better? The size of the tile, the fabric, as in what is the tile made of? Is it just a pure stone that has been cut to size? Or is it pottery, basically clay that has been pressed and has a print on it? What is the tile made of? All of these qualitatively important aspects are difficult for us as buyers and investors to determine whether or not they are good. So the best thing that you can do, but it's not something that you should base your complete verdict on, is get someone that works with these materials. If you know someone that works in construction, that's perfect. Bring them along for the second showing and have them look at the product and give you a good understanding whether or not this is a qualitatively high standard product. And you might be surprised sometimes. For instance, I already talked about all the buildings and the thickness of the walls. There's also different ways of building which are maybe not something that you are aware of. For instance, we now can see houses which are prefab, so they have been basically assembled on site by prefabricated materials. So let's say that the concrete slabs were basically poured and set on location in a factory, and they were brought in by a truck and simply assembled by the team that is basically there to build the house. The house could be built in just weeks. Now, this is where we basically go into the little piggy stories, right? So where you have the one piggy that builds it out of straw, wood, and brick. One goes fast, one goes slow, but which one sticks around longer is of course the one that is made out of brick. So if you're looking at the elements affecting the quality of the work, the longer it takes, the better it is. Now the issue, as you have now noticed, is that quality is extremely subjective. My notion of a qualitatively good piece of property is probably not the same as yours. That's okay. But we should at least try to find a product that has a qualitatively high enough standard to be suitable for a large portion of the market to make sure that the resale value is there. If you go for the cheap product, so a prefab house, all wood, constructed within maybe not more than 2 or 3 days, is great if you need to house your family quickly, but don't expect to have great resale value on that property. All right, that concludes our video on quality. Next up will be condition. So we handle location, quality. Next up, condition. Hopefully you join me in the next video. If you do, don't forget to at least leave a little thumbs up on this one. See you in the next one.